Super Eagles there. Welcome you on the show. Sports Update on Trust TV. Adeni Gishafe. We run through some sporting stories right now to give you updates. We know that Eagles will play on Friday against Bafana, and also against the Benin Republic in the World Cup qualifiers. It's a big one because Super Eagles right now they are in Uyo at the Akpabio Stadium where they'll be facing South Africa ahead of that particular crucial match. But Nigerians are hoping that Eagles will be able to do this. Let's start with the first story. FIFA World Cup qualifier. Super Eagles must approach qualifier with winning mentality. Pascal Atuma, filmmaker, actor, is already talking concerning Super Eagles that they must approach this particular game because South Africa and Benin Republic are trying to see how they can dislodge Nigeria. If you check the fact that we are not actually top on the table, we're standing tall there, and it's a crucial one for Super Eagles. And now they are being advised to make sure they approach that particular qualifier with winning mentality. Don't go out there and draw. Go out there and win for Nigerians. Coming from Pascal Atuma there. That's the first story we'll be looking at. And we have players that are already in camp, even though the strike action actually engaged by Labour is affecting local flights for all the remaining players who are already in Nigeria to join Eagles over there in Uyo. We have Wilfred Ndidi already in camp, Kelechi Iheanacho, Chukwueze Samuel, Fisao Bashiru, Terem Murphy, Nwabali Stanley, our goalkeeper, Ismaila Sadiq. We have Kenneth Igboke, Ojolon Leke, Benjamin Tanemu. We have Ibrahim Olawoyin, Boniface Victor, Raphael Onyedika, Chidozia Waziem, and Al Hassan Yusuf. 15 of them are right now in Eagles camp, training to see how they can get better ahead of that particular crucial encounter against South African team and also Benin Republic. But the main thing right now is the remaining parts of the Eagles are in the country, but they not be unable to move on to Uyo to join the entire squad. But we are still hoping that that will happen because NFL will do everything possible to make sure the Eagles squad actually complete. But so far, we have 15 of them battle ready. They've been training. According to the news reaching us that they'll be having the evening for rest by the time they come together on Tuesday to see how they can also train ahead of this crucial encounter there over there in Uyo. Well, join us to talk sport this hour. We have our usual suspect in all of sport. That's Joseph Peter. Join us from Kaduna. Good to have you, Joseph. Yes, we look at this particular encounter together. The Eagles will be facing Bafana. That will be on Friday, on 7th of June at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. It's a crucial one because we know that South Africa are trying to see how they can actually beat us. But Eagles are battle ready. They've been advised to have a winning mentality ahead of this game. And you saw the list of the players are already in camp, even though the others couldn't join them for now due to the strike. But so far, they've been given that winning mentality advice coming from Pascal Atuma to make sure they win that game. Joseph.
Yeah, the winning mentality is not actually the problem. For me, these are a bunch of professionals who have won at various levels already. We have people like Boniface who are just off the back of a league win. We have a lot of winners in that squad. That's not the issue. Mentality has always been there. But the only thing I find kind of worrying for me is the synergy that is going to be, or that we need between the new coach and the new set of players that have just joined the squad. If you notice the absence of Victor Osimhen, you would kind of begin to think, will there be synergy between the instructions that will be coming from the coach and the gameplay of the players? That is my only worry. Aside that, I believe that it's going to be a very, very good game for the Super Eagles. Not minding the fact that the South Africans actually have been together. They are a crop of players that have been together with the same coach, with the same, ideology. They are going to pose a threat as usual. They usually do. But I believe we can conquer them. This is our home. We will just need to, be positive about the game and, play out with a plan. That's very, very important. We need to come up with a plan and, execute our plan and make sure that our plan imposes on the plans of the South Africans and we'll be just fine. Although I expect it to be a very competitive and a very tight game.
The tight game is going to be against Bafana. We know what's at stake between the two, and right now they've been advised to make sure they have a winning mentality. But right now, talking about a crucial match there, Joseph, Eagles now, we have about 15 of them in camp. The strike action is hampering the remaining ones to join them. the likes of Shemi Ajayi are yet to actually storm the camp, and also not forgetting Okoye Maduka and others who are yet to, the likes of Alex Iwobi too. We learned that they are in town already, they are in Nigeria, but due to that particular strike, they have not been able to fly down to Uyo. And this match is coming up on Friday. From the way it is now, we have 15 of them who are already in camp. Hopefully, Nigerians are hoping that this will not affect our players, because Calvin Bassey, Shemi Ajayi are supposed to be at the back. They are yet to hit the camp. And not forgetting Alex will be between the midfield, and all of them are yet to also join them. So from the way it is right now, what do you think will happen?
Yeah, I looked at the crop of players that are left out, or they are stranded, I would say, somewhere in the country. And I saw that it's mostly the defenders, and it got me a bit, tingling. And I'm like, okay, but I'm sure Nigerians are cordial with football, and I'm sure the NLC will probably understand. They'll probably liaise with the FA to see how the players that are in the country that cannot get to Uyo actually get to go to Uyo. I wouldn't worry about something like that. Football is always giving an exception when it comes to availability, when it comes to stuff like this. So I'm sure that something will be worked out at the players who camp, because they are a list of players that we barely need.
Okay, well, from the way it is right now, Eagles are about to ready to see how they will do well against a South African team, the Bafana. Well, we just hope that the remaining parts of the team will be able to meet up in Uyo to see how they can do well in this competition. Wabale is already there, and also will be joined by the likes of Maduka Okoye, who are also, all of them are trying to see how they can do it under Coach Finidi George. Finidi George will really have to work hard on these players, because it's the first official assignment where he'll be coaching Nigerian Super Eagles. And we just hope that Finidi George and the team will gel, according to Joseph Peter, who joined us from Kaduna there. And Eagles, according to the way it is right now, they are saying they want to make sure they turn the table around, even though they are standing tall on the law. Things can still be done, and they believe in themselves that they will do this. They've been advised by the likes of Coach Samson Siasia, a two-man, and a host of others who really believe that Eagles needs to buckle up. They are to make it to the Mundial that will be coming up in America, US, Mexico, and also Canada in 2026. So if we are to qualify, we need to buckle up and make sure we turn things around by winning those games against Bafana, and also against Benin Republic. Funny enough, Benin Republic coach Gano Raw formerly coached Super Eagles, and also we know the rivalry between Nigeria and South Africa. Always a tough fierce battle anytime we face each other. Still talking about the Super Eagles, this time around we'll talk about the player that has been invited by Coach Finidi George. He played history with Remo Stars. Let's look at that story. 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Prove yourself useful. That's the story we're looking at. Shoname charges new Super Eagles invitees. So Sadiq Ismail has been invited as he's a defender with Remo Stars and has been given that chance or slot to prove himself. Nigerians are hoping that he will be given that particular slot by the time they play to really feel the heat on the pitch of play against South Africa. So it's been advised to take advantage of that opportunity of being given the call by Coach Finidi, according to the chairman of Remo Stars, Kunle Shoname, advising him to at least be useful, at least play well. Make sure Nigerians appreciate the fact that he was given that nod as a defender to be with the Eagles. According to that particular one, that has to do with Shoname charging Sadiq Ismail to do well and prove himself concerning that particular team there. Joseph Peter, you see that in this particular squad, we've seen that some players pulled out and some were given the chance to come. We have home-based player like Sadiq Ismail. Well, this is his first time as being invited to the Super Eagles, and he's been advised to make sure he takes full advantage of this and prove that he's worth of his onions to being given that particular call-up. Joseph, are you there?
Yeah, it's a good charge on him to go and actually do well if given the opportunity. The only thing that a bit I don't want to be sure. I don't want to say, okay, I'm not sure that he's going to get the nod to actually play the game. But in case he gets that nod to play this game, he needs to understand that not just for him, the weight of the shoulders of other NPFL players are on him. Everybody is watching to see what what a material from the MPFL would do if given the chance. And not just long ago, we were talking about the importance of them being given the chance. Now, he has been called up. If by any chance, eventually he gets the nod to go and play on the pitch, he really needs to put in the shift, not for him, but for his own age grade also.
Okay, well, talking about Sadiq Ismail there, Joseph Peter trying to make his own contribution concerning this player. A defender, he has been tagged Daniel Alves of Nigeria, and let's see what he'll be offering. If everything goes well, maybe he will be featured in that game against South Africa as his debut match for Nigeria as a Super Eagles player. He plays with Raymond Stars, Sadiq Ismail, alongside likes of Olorunleke Ojo, has been invited from the MPFL. And we also have some players who actually replace those players that will be making the likes of Victor Osimhen. Well, we have the likes of Ibrahim Olawoyin replacing some, also being called to replace other players that will not be able to make it, like Nathan Taylor won't be making that cut. And from the way it is, everything goes well. We also have Igboke rather from Rangers, who has also been called upon due to the fact that Nathan Taylor and Victor Osimhen won't be making it. So Olawoyin and Igboke have been given a chance or the nod to comply their trade for Super Eagles. We wait to see what Coach Finidi will be doing on Friday, if he will be unveiling all the home-based players like Igboke and Sadiq Ismail in that game against Bafana. Well, let's quickly dash into the MPFL. Yes, we know that game 34 has been played, and we have teams that are really trying to see how they can stay top. Rangers did well. They are still retaining that top flight right now. We look at it critically. Joseph, we look at Rangers for the fact that they are not ready to drop the baton at all. They have 61 points from 34 matches with a goal difference of 18 ahead of Enyimba of Aba, who are second with 59 points, the same point they have with Raymond Stars. And the battle really is down to the wires now between these four clubs, Raymond Stars, Shooting Stars, Enyimba, Enugu Rangers. 4 matches to go. At least that 4 matches can actually fetch them 12 points if everything goes well. And if they are able to win, talking about Rangers or Enyimba, Raymond Stars, Shooting Stars, it still remain like that with the same amount of points. But it's still open for anyone, because if you blink, you are out. Enugu Rangers, Enyimba, Raymond Stars, Shooting Stars, Joseph Peter, this is a race to the end. Okay, it seems we're having technical hitch there. Well, right now we'll continue to wait on Joseph Peter by the time he gets clear with us. But looking at the way the table lays, it seems all the 4 teams are really battling to see how they can win this league. Shooting Star, Remo, Enyimba, Enugu Rangers, even though Lobby Stars and Plateau United also have 52, 51 respectively, 12 points to go. But right now, let's go back to Joseph Peter. He's ready with us. Joseph, we're talking about the top 4 in the Premier League, MPFL, and it's getting tougher every day. And the closer they are to the end of the season, the tougher the games actually becomes. Okay. Seems as if having that particular hit there. Well, let's talk about the team. Let's go back to that table. Looking at this table now, it's obvious that some clubs like Gombe United have been relegated. Okay, before we go to the bottom of the table, Kano Pillars are standing 10 there with 47 points alongside Rivers United, who actually fought hard, but they could not take the opportunity of that particular break to add to more of their points. Bende Insurance Katsina United are standing 7 and 8 respectively on the log. And if you flip it to the back of the table, or rather from 11 to 20, Gombe United, from the way it is, it has been confirmed that they are out of the league. They will be playing Nigerian National League next season. But for Heartland, Aqua United, Bayelsa United, Sporting Lagos, all this going to fight hard to stay on, because the 12 points at stake. Anything can still happen. Down to Nagatunados, Abia Warriors, Sunshine Stars of Akure, Doma United, Kwara United, all standing from 11 to 16 respectively. The battle is on with minus 11 for Doma United, minus 4 for Sporting Lagos, Bayelsa United minus 7. And you look at the race of not to relegate. It's really hot right now, because Most of these teams will not want to join Gombe United, Heartland FC, Aqua United, Bayelsa United, Sporting Lagos. We want to see how they can add the remaining 12 points of the season to the Akiti to stay on in the MPFL Match Day 34 table. Well, let's cross over to the top scorer so far in the MPFL for this season. We have players that have really done well for their clubs. Chijioke Mboma of Eyimba, he has scored 15 goals, non-penalty kick goals 8, penalty kick actually 7. So 8 plus 7 got 15 there for top scorer in the MPFL 2024 as at match day 34. He's ahead of Sikiru Alimi, who actually have 14 goals, 10 non-penalty kick goals, and 4 penalty for Sikiru Alimi of Raymond Stars, standing second there among the top scorers in the MPFL match day 34. Albert Hillary of Plateau United with 12 goals, 10 for non-penalty kick goals, and you have 2 goals coming from penalty. Godwin Obaje of Rangers International, what they call Flying Antelopes, actually has scored 11 goals in all, 8 non-penalty and 3 penalty goals. Bashiru Usman for Niger Tornadoes, 11 goals. Robert Mizo of Bayelsa United with 10 goals, and also he's having 10 goals to score from non-penalty kicks. All the goals actually he has scored from open play. For Ibrahim Mustafa of you have him actually playing for Pillars there, Kano Pillars with 10 goals. Rabiu Ali, 10 goals, also playing for Kano Pillars. He has 10 goals, non-penalty, while Rabiu Ali have 9 goals from non-penalty kicks and also 1 from penalty. Michael Ibe Okoro with Katsina United alongside Andrew Idoko. They have 8 goals each. They have scored so far this time. They have 8 goals apiece. And you look at Michael Ibe Okoro and Andrew Idoko with 8 goals that they've scored. 8 goals for Michael Ibe Okoro, clear goals, while Andrew Idoko with 7 goals scored from open play and also 1 coming from penalty. So the top 10 scorers so far in the Nigerian Premier Football League as at match day 34. Top scorers chart there. Well, they are really running to see who will be winning it. And you know that at the end of the season, whoever wins it will actually get an award for being the top scorer for this season. So the race is on between Chijioke Mboma, Sikiru Alimi, Albert Hillary, Godwin Obaje, Bashiru Usman, Robert Mizo, Ibrahim Mustafa, Rabiu Ali, who also are really trying to see how they can do it. The legendary Rabiu Ali of Kano Pillars, Michael Ibe Okoro, and Andrew Idoko, all fighting hard to see how they can make it to the top scorer of the MPFL season there. Well, just to have a feel of how it actually went down, looking at the way it is in the result for those actually mixed out on the result of the MPFL of the matches that I play. Match 34 of the MPFL, remaining 4 matches, but these are the games result. Raymond Stars actually defeated Kano Pillars 2-1 in the Kenneth. For them to actually break the jeans against Kano Pillars. For Doma United against Lobby Stars, it was a 1 goal in favor of Doma United, but that goal that stood has actually called the referee of that match his career because he has been suspended by the MPFL board. Bende Insurance, they have 2 against Katsina. Insurance actually scored 2 goals there. Eyimba 4-1, it was a walloping against Rivers United. Sporting Lagos, they played goalless against Enugu Rangers. Niger Tornadoes against Kwara United, and they 1-0. While Sunshine Stars did well away. They won that game 2-0 against Gombe United, who were actually confirmed to relegation there. Bayelsa United 3, Plateau United 2, 5 goals thriller. And for Shooting Stars of Ibadan, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, where they actually spelled Abia in Abia Warriors to win that game in the MPFL match 34 result. For you to have a feel of how it went down, not just about the table or the top scorers, also the result for you to see how our league is actually being run right now, according to all the games being played there statistically. Well, we're crossing away from the MPFL and we talk about Uefa, where we look at this particular story. Vinícius Junior, Bellingham wins 2023-2024 UCL Player of the Season and UCL Young Player of the Season there. Congrats to both of them. Vinny Junior, as they call him in short form, has been voted the UCL Player, that's UEFA Champions League Player of the Season, for his yeoman's performance for that club, Los Merengues. Congrats to him for being able to do this. For Vinny Junior, well, from this, you can say that he's already earmarking himself for, you look at Ballon d'Or or FIFA Player of the Year, is a big one between the 2 players, himself and Jude Bellingham. Bellingham also has won the Young Player of the Year for the UEFA Champions League. He did so well, really showcasing his talent against his former team, Borussia Dortmund, at the Wembley Stadium, where they won that game convincingly against Borussia Dortmund. Congrats to Vini Jr. and Jude Bellingham, although the goal of Valverde has been picked as the goal of the tournament so far this season. Let's look at the team of the tournament. The team of the tournament in the UEFA Champions League for this season, 2023-2024. We have Vinícius Jr. Okay, let's start from the goalkeeper now. You can't take anything away from the goalkeeper of Borussia Dortmund, Kobe, for what he did, even though he conceded 2 goals at the final, but he did well along the race for the Champions League. So Kobe standing top there as the goalkeeper, team of the season, behind for the defenders. You have Martin among the players actually stand top there. The defenders, Matt Hummels of Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Antonio Rudiger actually standing as one of the top defenders there, and Qualifier actually also being part of it. The back four for the team of the season. And if you go to the middle of the park, Vitinha of PSG, he made that cut. Jude Bellingham of Real Madrid in the middle of the park, Sabitzer of Borussia Dortmund. And if you look at the front row of the top strikers, Vini Jr., the man that won the player of the tournament, Harry Kane of Bayern Munich, and you have Phil Foden of Manchester City. Phil Foden of Man City being able to make that call, really a deserved one there, for the fact that he stood out for Manchester City, the citizen as they call them, in this particular UEFA Champions League season. And you want to see that Borussia Dortmund really dominated this particular team of the season with Kobe, Martin, Hummels, not forgetting Sabitzer making that cut there. Well, they have about 5 players making that cut in the team of the season. Out of 12 players, 11 players rather, and they have 5. So that's a good one for them. For Real Madrid, Vini Jr., Bellingham, Rudiger also making the cut. And not forgetting Qualifier also making it. So Qualifier, Rudiger, Vini Jr., and also Bellingham. For PSG, they have Vitinha, and you can't take anything away from Manchester City star player. That's Phil Foden being able to make the cut of the UEFA team of the season. Well, a big one there, looking at the fact that this particular season favors the Borussia Dortmund for the fact that they did so well against all odds towards the final. And even in the final, they fought out against 15-time Champions League winner Real Madrid, who are really, they've turned Champions League to their own competition now. If you actually deduct how many teams have been playing in this UEFA Champions League, the likes of AC Milan and Liverpool, from what Real Madrid have won, you see that really they are the king of UEFA Champions League. Well, let's go and see, maybe Joseph Peter will be able to comment on this particular one. Joseph Peter, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you. Let's have you team of the season. UEFA team of the season.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a good one. It's, of course, made up of 2 teams that made it to the final and slotted out against each other. I'm not surprised. The only maybe exclusion that I did not, maybe inclusion that I did not like is that of Harry Kane, but that's some form of consolation for him, for his performance and for his expectation, and I'm okay with the fact that he has been consolidated, but I'm not happy that he made the cut, because I have another player in my mind, which is Erling Haaland, that I would have played up top instead of him.
Okay, well, Erling Haaland couldn't make that cut, and that's very surprising, really. A lot of people will be wondering why Erling Haaland couldn't make it, but that's football. UEFA actually, they've spoken, and they've picked the player of the season in the UEFA Champions League, concluded between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. Well, Joseph Peter, we want to appreciate you and also apologize for the hitches there, but thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, and before we go, just take this particular story. It has to do with transfer gossip. Antonio Conte is expected to be named new Napoli coach this week. From the way it's going right now, he's edging closer and closer to join the Patronope, as they call them. Napoli are ready to get him to sign and join them as the new manager. So it will be there. Who knows, maybe Osimhen will he stay or not? That's for the player to answer. And also for Chelsea and Maresca, an announcement will also be coming so soon concerning that. That's it on Sports Update on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.